All right, it's Andreas Hale, senior combat sports writer of the Sporting News, and I'm here with Regis Prograis, who is getting ready to fight Danielito Zorrillo, who's a replacement opponent on June 17th in his hometown, the WBC 140-pound champion. How's it going, man? It's a homecoming fight for you. I know that's a big deal, but the opponent switch, did it bother you at all? Is it just like, I just need to make sure I'm fighting somebody at home?
Same, just like you said, bro. It's just like, listen, I need to make sure I'm fighting somebody, bro. Because everybody, of course, from what I hear, the ticket's supposed to be going real good. Like everybody trying to get flow tickets. Everybody been hitting me up about stuff. So they're like, bro. So then they heard about the opponent, and so people asking like, is the fight still happening? So I'm like, yeah, the fight still gonna happen. We just switched the opponent. So yeah, bro. Just make sure I can fight somebody. That's all. Just so I can fight somebody in front of my fans. That's all.
Now, we're going to talk about your new deal with Matchroom in a second, but when your original opponent fell out, you kind of called out Barboza for a fight, and that's a fight that everybody wants to see, and he kind of responded, seemed like he said about the business getting in the way. But how bad do you want to fight with Barboza at some point? Because it seems like that's a fight that everybody's pretty much interested in.
I mean, why he didn't take it? It's like why he didn't take the fight. Listen, the thing is, bro, like I think at the time he had like probably like 5 weeks or something like that when the opponent switched, like 4 or 5 weeks or something like that. So I think that if you in a gym and you like, it shouldn't be no way you turn it down. It's a fight for the belt. You fight for the WBC belt. You fight one of the top fighters in the world, and you get paid more than you ever been paid before. So it's like, why wouldn't you take the fight? They turned the fight down too. So obviously that was disappointing. But whatever, bro. I mean, maybe we can fight in the future. I don't know. We'll see.
Now let's get into it. You signed the deal with Matchroom. I know you were going back and forth. You said in a lot of interviews that you would, you're going back and forth trying to figure out which way to go. Ultimately, it seemed like it came down to your relationship with Eddie Hearn and what he could do for you outside of just being a fighter. And it seemed like the way that this is paced is that you can, if everything goes right, you can be out of this in 2024, be a free agent again. Is that kind of your mentality moving forward? It's like, listen, I'm trying to get the best deal for myself and my future, and I want to make sure that I'm active because the last couple of years, because of the pandemic and things like that, you haven't been as active. So you want to keep your options open?
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. This fight, it's all out there. This fight, it's a short-term deal. It's like a year deal or whatever, 3 fights in a year. So, and Eddie said like straight up, you have 3 fights in a year, but we're gonna try to deliver you one of the, something big. Maybe even the second or the third fight, we definitely gonna try to deliver you something big. And that's kind of what I like about it. I do want one of the big fights, and hopefully that can happen. So, yeah, I was just like, man, Matchroom is the way to go.
Now, interestingly enough, at 140 pounds, it feels like everybody's coming to this division now. Now, obviously, Josh Taylor and Teofimo Lopez are getting ready to fight, but you see that Devin Haney's talked about moving up to 140. Ryan Garcia's clearly moved up to 140. Rolly Romero just won a world title at 140. We know how that went. But when you look at the landscape of 140, it feels like when you talk about it's not just one big fight. There's a couple of big fights for you in this weight class. Who do you look forward to fighting? Is it about the world titles? Is it about getting revenge against Josh Taylor? Or do you see something else in your near future with one of these names?
It's all of the above, bro. It's really all, I definitely, want Josh Taylor. He still has a belt so far. He fight next week, but he still does have a belt. I definitely want to fight Josh Taylor. Maybe like a Matias. Matias is out there. He has a belt. And then, big names, Devin, Ryan, and for me, big name. I have so many options, bro. Like it's just a good time for me right now because I do have a lot of options right now. I mean, I can fight. I can fight for the belts, make a lot of money. I can fight big names without the belts, make a lot of money. So it's cool, bro. Whatever happens, that's when it comes to my table, then I'll just decide, what I want to do with it.
You didn't mention Rolly Romero. You're not interested in that fight based on how his last fight looked?
I'm not interested in Rolly Romero, bro. No, I mean, listen, that old man was beating on his ass. That old man was whooping his ass. Then they stopped the fight. I mean, obviously, listen, Rolly will be, I think Rolly, me and him, it could make a money fight. We could be talking some crazy stuff in the press conference. That will be fun, but I mean, for me, bro, I won't be interested in fighting Rolly, bro. That's just something I won't be interested in doing. If it happens, then maybe. And they say, all right, you get paid. This is like, all right, I guess I got to fight Rolly. But for the most part, no, I'm not interested, bro. I want big names. I do want the belts. He does. The thing is, he has a belt. So right. Maybe, maybe that could work because he does have a belt on him. So maybe it can happen, but it's just somebody that I'm really, not interested in fighting.
Somebody else just called you out. Adrian Broner says he's fighting Bill Hutchinson, and then he wants to fight you. You guys have been linked by a lot of people for a fight for a long time. How interested would you be in fighting Adrian Broner? Does it depend on how he looks against Bill Hutchinson first?
I'll fight Broner. I still think me and Broner is a big fight. I still think it's still a big fight, you know? So, like I said, bro, I have so many options right now. It's just like, it's sweet for me, bro. It really is, because I really have so many options. It's so many, I feel like it's so many options. It's so many people that deserves a chance at the belt. You know, even like Jack Catterall. I have to mention Jack. Jack Catterall deserves a chance at the belt too. You know, I think he won against Josh Taylor, and I think he does deserve a chance. And that's a fight that's easily get made too. So, you know, it's just, for me, bro, like, I think all those fights are big money fights. So it just depends now. You know, obviously I gotta get past the realer first. You know, I'm never looking past nobody. I gotta get past him first. But after that, it just depends on, all right, I'm gonna sit down with Eddie and like, all right, like, what's the next two biggest fights you think you could deliver for me? You know, is it Jack Catterall? Is it Adrian Broner? Is it Devin Haney? You know, I do want to fight, you know, I want to fight the big fights. Or is it Josh Taylor? Is he gonna go up? Is he gonna stay at 140? I don't know, but you know, I want to talk to Eddie and say, like, what we gonna do? Like, what's the big fights that could be delivered? Because for me now, I think it's nothing but big fights after this.
Do you think that 140 pounds is probably one of the best divisions in boxing now,
I
with the
think it is the
interesting new
best.
names? Yeah.
I think it is the best. I think 140 is definitely the best division. But it's so many names and so many good fighters. It's just so many fights that can be made. So many good fights that can be made. So yeah, for sure, I think 140 is the best division right now.
So let me ask, let's go back to the Josh Taylor fight. After losing that fight, you haven't seen a decision since. You stopped your last four opponents, all of them pretty devastating. In the Josh Taylor fight, what did you learn about yourself? Because it was a hell of a fight. Some people will call that fight a classic, but you ended up losing a close decision. What did you learn about yourself that night?
I learned that I learned what type of character I have. You know, I feel like really in that fight, on the business side of things, I got messed over because I was the world champion. I was #1 seed in the tournament, and they made me go to London. They made me go to his country, which didn't make no sense at all, you know. So business wise, it was just stupid. But I learned, like, you know, what I have in me. Like, you know, I went over there and I still felt like I won the fight, bro. It was a close fight, but in my heart, I still felt like I won the fight. But even with that being said, like, I know I let him get in my head. You know, that's one thing. If I would just, like, when I watch him fight, bro, I'm like, damn, I should have smoked him. I really think I'm just better than him all around. And it was a close fight, but I feel like, man, I should have beat him, like, easily. I just feel like I'm a better fighter overall. And now I learned, like, man, like, don't let nobody get in your head. You know, like, that's the thing. Like, you know, it's a sport. Yeah, we can rumble and we can do all that stuff before the fight, but now, like, when it's fight time, like, I'm a beat you, like, my way. Like, he made me, like, fight his way, and I still, even though he made me fight that way, I still felt like I won the fight, but it ended up being a close fight, and it shouldn't have been a close fight at all. But I just, after that, like, I know what I have in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was 19,000 people in there, and probably 10 of them was going for me. And I was just, like, by myself. One of my partners told me he was at the fight, and he one of these big movie producers, and he was like, man, it just looked like you was all alone. And that's kind of how it felt, bro. Like, I was all alone and just by myself against this whole country. And knowing that I can get through that is like, it gave me that much more strength. Like, I'm built for this.
Let's talk about your where you rank right now, because a lot of people see you as one of the most exciting fighters in the sport. A lot of fighters have called you out because I think they see that you have a name attached to you, but you're not on the pound for pound list yet. But it feels like you're like 1 or 2 fights away from something like this. Do you think you get the respect from the boxing community that you believe that you deserve?
I think from the boxing community, from the casual fans, probably not. But I think from the boxing community, I probably do get the respect I deserve. But, you know, from the casual fans and stuff like that, you know, of course, it's all casual fans on Twitter and on YouTube and on Instagram. They say all kinds of stuff because they don't know you and stuff. But yeah, but I just feel like, bro, I'm gonna just keep working. And, you know, I am a few fights away from being on a pound for pound list. So, you know, for me, just, bro, keep working and just keep doing my thing, and that's it.
What do you think about Devin Haney talking about moving to 140? Obviously, you know, he probably should fight Lomachenko again. A lot of people feel that way. But if he decides to move to 140, what kind of fight does that look like for you?
I love the fight, bro. I love the fight. I mean, listen, I think like the fight with Loma, I feel like, I definitely feel like he lost that fight. I feel like Loma won the fight, but it was close. It wasn't a robbery like everybody said it is. But I definitely think Loma won the fight. Um, but with him, bro, like I said, I love the fight, and I just looking at that fight. Obviously, he would adjust and he would go into the gym. He would do different things if he is fighting me. But just looking at that fight, the shots that Loma hit him with, if I hit him with those same shots, it definitely will be a different outcome.
What about Ryan Garcia? Sure, he didn't look great against Tank. Tank kind of steamrolled him in that fight, but he's also coming to 140. Is that a fight that you're interested in style-wise? Not just because, he's got a big name, but do you think he's an interesting fight for you in terms of style?
Oh man, yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel myself in any fight. Obviously, I feel myself in any fight. I won't say I'll lose any fight, but I listen, bro. I like all those fights.
Now, Josh Taylor's fighting Teofimo Lopez. What are your thoughts on this fight? Teofimo, he beat Vasily Lomachenko, but he seems like mentally something ain't right with him lately. And I don't know if you've sensed that as well, but how much is that going to affect him? And what is your prediction for Taylor versus Lopez?
I think Taylor, I mean, the thing is, both of them, I think both of them mentally are just they going through it. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear things about Taylor in the UK, and everybody we see what's going on with Tio. Tio is, mentally he's all messed up too. I think that I really think that Taylor is probably going to destroy him. That's kind of my thoughts and stuff like that. But I think Tio has the style to beat him. But I think Taylor just gonna probably just try to beat him up. That's kind of what he's gonna try to go out there and beat him up. And like if you look at, I don't think that power is transferring to 140 for Tio. And Josh Taylor was undisputed, bro. So he does have a good resume, but it depends on how much he has left in him too. I don't know how much left Josh Taylor has in him left. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see on fight night, but I don't think he has that much left in him too either. So we'll see, but I think I still go with Josh Taylor. I think that I think he'll beat him.
In terms of power, are you the biggest puncher at 140?
I think so. I think between it's a lot of big punches. It's me. Um, you got Matias out there, but he don't have the resume I have. He does have a lot of. I think he got all knockouts or something like that. But he doesn't have the same type of resume. He doesn't. He didn't fight the same type of fighters. But I think so. Between me and him and Josh Taylor, probably the biggest punches at 140.
Do you think you'll see Gervonta Davis at 140 pounds, or is he too small?
Maybe eventually. Maybe eventually. I think they'll try to. Maybe it'll happen one day. I don't think it's gonna happen no time soon. I'm a little older than them, so I think they'll probably try to catch me, on the way out. I think that's probably what's gonna happen. I mean, this is what they do, bro. In boxing, they want the most. Everybody wants the most advantages they can get. So I think they'll try to wait it out a few more years and stuff like that. And then try to hold out and stuff. But I don't think right now. I don't think no time soon. In the next year, 2 years, I don't think he's gonna come near me.
Now, for you, I mean, you mentioned that a lot of people take advantages. You've never been that type of fighter that's look for an advantage. Like you fought Josh Taylor in enemy territory. Do you understand when fighters do like rehydration clauses, or when fighters say you have to fight me here? Is that something that you just aren't interested in because you just feel like, hey, let's fight on a level playing field and see who's the best man?
I feel like, yeah, we should definitely fight on a level playing field, but it is really all about the advantages, bro. That's just how it is. Because I know, I look at it as a sport. The fans look at it as a sport, but everybody else, they look at it as a business, and it really is it's a business. So you definitely have to be smart. And like I said, even what I said earlier, like I was dumb. Business wise, I was stupid to go fight in the UK. Why did I fight? I was a world champion. I was number one in the world at 140. I was the top seed, and I went to fight in London. It really didn't make sense. Yeah, like we had it was a big crowd and stuff like that, but it was stupid. It was, I mean, as far as money wise, it was the guarantee was the same thing. So it really didn't make sense if I fought in front of 2 people or 20,000 people. I still gonna get paid the same thing. So it really didn't even matter. So I should have put my foot down, and I should have fought basically I should have fought here in the United States or somewhere else. I should have never fought over there. It was dumb as a business decision. It definitely was a stupid move of me.
It's something that you learn from it. You probably wouldn't do that again as long as you have
for
the
sure.
upper hand.
For sure.
Last question. What do fans have to expect with this homecoming fight against Zorilla on June 17th? It's Father's Day weekend, too. It's a big weekend for a lot of people. What should fans expect if they're taking their kids out to see you fight in your hometown?
I mean, I think just excitement, bro. New Orleans is a party city. You know, people never been to New Orleans. New Orleans is a big time party town. So, you know, it's just gonna be a lot of fun, bro. We got a lot of, you know, I got a lot of celebrities coming. You know, the walkout gonna be crazy, just all that type of stuff, and it is a good undercard also. So I think we just gonna have a lot of fun, bro. It's just like big time boxing in New Orleans is back, and it's gonna be I think it's just gonna be a real exciting night. And of course, me, you know, I go out there and do my thing. I go out there have fun, bro. I've been busting my ass training hard. I don't know if y'all can see, I got a little black eye right now, probably 2 black eyes right now. So I've been training really hard for this. And I just want to go out there and, you know, put on for my fans. That's it.
I do have one other question. 5 best places to eat in New Orleans. I love some New Orleans food, and people are coming out to see you. Where should they go eat after the fight?
Oh man, it's a bunch of places. So I always tell people two of my partners got restaurants, but they like actually not just because they my partners, they actually famous in the city. So you go to Neo's, then you go to Morrow's, and then my partner, the same one that owned Morrow's, he just opened another restaurant in the French Quarter. And then they have a restaurant called Family Cajun Kitchen. I just went there. One of my partners put me on that, and that's actually good. It's actually in Chalmette. It's right outside New Orleans, but you know it's right there. It's not far. And what else? If you want to be on some hood stuff, like I be on, and I'm saying you want to go in the hood, I go to Manchou's, bro. That's what I do. I be going to the Blue Store and I go to Manchou or whatever. That's but you know that's a little different. Not for the tourist people. That's for the locals or whatever. But you want to come with me in the hood, I can bring you to the hood, and then we can go. You know what I'm saying? We can go eat like that.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, Regis, I appreciate the time, bro, and hopefully good luck to you next week, and we get to talk again after this as you're preparing for whoever's next at 140 pounds. But good luck next week, and we'll talk to you soon.
One more thing, brother. I just want to put it out that they have tickets as low as $20. So, you know, I definitely think everybody should come out. Of course, watch it on the zone. But if you could come out to New Orleans, I feel like it's definitely gonna be a fun night. And yeah, bro, like tickets are definitely very, very affordable. Low as $20. You know, of course, the floor gonna be different and stuff like that, but they have tickets as low as $20. And you know, we're just trying to get everybody in there that we can, bro, because yeah, I feel like, you know, it is the New Orleans market is an untapped market in boxing right now. And I think it definitely could do real good. So just want to definitely put that out there.
Definitely. And then everybody can go eat after that.
Then everybody go eat. I'm going to show y'all where to go. We got stuff for everybody, bro. I got stuff for whatever you like doing. I got something for you.
I appreciate that, man. Regis, I'll talk to you soon, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.